Well, hey everybody, Jamie Aplin here with CreativeReady, and thank you for taking a few minutes to join me as I give you a sneak peek into this new platform that we have been building. And let me just say that this is, I'm just being honest, it's a little difficult for me to let people into the process of something, of a new product or a project that hasn't been completed yet. So, just a moment of vulnerability, but I'm actually really excited to be showing you something that we're really close. And this is obviously something we've been talking about for some time, and I only feel it's fair to be able to at least peel back the curtain and give you a sneak peek as to what it is that we've been working on for you. So let me just share my screen so that you can see what I see. And there we go. For the first time ever, you are looking at least part of the new platform that we have been building. And let me just say a few things before I dive into some of the functionality. One of the main objectives that we really wanted to obtain when we started to plan and develop this new build was to condense and streamline our entire system. We wanted to make things very easily accessible without having to jump around from page to page. So one of the first things that we did was we condensed our 4 libraries, right? So our jingles, campaign spots, music beds, and scripts. We condensed those into 2. So now we have ads and we have music. Okay, so basically anything that is in relation to commercials, scripts, spec spots, business specific products all now live within our ads archive. And then anything related to music, like jingles, music beds, audio logos, anything with singing, all now lives in our music archive. And the other thing that we did is we've made it possible for you to be able to preview, download, and even customize everything that you would ever need all in one centralized place. So again, you don't need to bounce around from page to page to get different files or to go over to scripts. You can now access it all without having to leave the archive page that you're on. Okay, and I'm going to show you in a few minutes just how that works. So efficiency of user experience was a recurring theme and something that we really, really wanted to improve upon. And I really believe that we have achieved that. Now, before I get into some of the actual functionality, let me just say that we still have a lot of work to do on this platform. It's a pretty massive undertaking, as you can imagine, with over 3,500 products and 500 plus users. But we promised you an October release, and we are going to deliver on that promise. And we realize, we're always going to be able to improve and make our system better. But if we don't at least let you guys get inside and start using it and getting some feedback, we won't ever know where we need to put our priority in terms of improvement. So we're going to release this to you this month, and you're going to get in and be able to start using it. For a couple of years now, our team's been dreaming up all sorts of new functions and features that we can incorporate into our service. But we've been really limited by the age and the capabilities of our current site. But now that we have this brand new platform built from the ground up, it's now scalable, and we'll be able to keep introducing new features and new functionalities as we go. Okay, so all of that to say, what you're seeing here today is not the final version. It's not the be all and end all. It's merely a sneak peek into the layout and functionality to date. Okay? So with that in mind, let's take a closer look. So I already mentioned that we've now condensed our products into 2 categories. And I explained again at the beginning what lives in our ads, what lives in our music. One thing you'll notice too along the side here is that we have these collapsible menus. So these are going to be really handy because it's a visual feature that you can now check and uncheck. So if, for example, you were just wanting to view our scripts, you would check on that scripts box, and that's going to eliminate all of the spots, right? So it's only scripts. And then if you wanted to go even further and choose a certain category or get right to the business you're wanting, let's say you want auto dealer, you're going to click on that, and that right now is telling you that you are only viewing auto dealer scripts. Okay, everything else from the, like I said, 3,500 products we have now disappeared, and you're only seeing what's applicable to this side filter system that we have built. Okay, so that's something that was heavily requested, and we agreed. It's just nice to have that with you at all times so that you can see what's going on and even see the specific business categories that we have. And as you can see, we have a lot of them. Okay, so now that you've selected what you're looking for, you can head on over into the main section here, and it's just starting from left to right. You're going to see a little photo. Every product now has an image associated with that. Now, I know we had that with some of our products on our current site, but now on this new site, every single product has a dedicated unique photo. Okay, so there's a visual that goes along with it, and then right next to that, you're going to see the title, and you're going to see the business category it belongs to. Okay, just to make sure you're in the right spot. And then if you move over here to the right, I'm actually going to skip past this plus symbol. I'll come back to it. But you're going to see just a few things like the length of the script. It's 30 seconds. You're going to have an option to preview it right here. And here's a nice new feature too, is you're going to click on this and you're actually going to be able to see the script up close. Okay, and I'm not going to get into too much more of what you're going to be able to do with this because again, I got to save some of the razzle dazzle for later. But basically, once you click on that preview, you can read the script and see everything that you're used to seeing with our scripts. Okay, so you don't need to download it anymore. And then for some of you who mentioned that it was hard to read the preview, this will now be much easier for you. So there's your preview. And then over here, you're going to see a little column that says actions. And within those actions, we have a heart symbol, a heart icon. And basically that, if you click on that, that's going to save that product into a folder that you have, which is now called your favorites. So the great thing about this is that if you're going through and prospecting, you're going to be able to just keep listening and saving and kind of filing them away for a later date, okay? And again, we've got lots of plans in terms of the My Favorites list that we're developing, the feature that we're developing in terms of making notes for clients and all that kind of stuff. But the basic side of it is, if this is a script that you want to save for later or come back to later, you would click that little heart icon and it would save it to your favorites list. Okay, the icon beside that is a copy link. So what that's going to do is you're going to be able to just click on that and then send, maybe say if you're a seller and you want to send this to production or to management or possibly even to your client, depending on how you work with them in terms of CreativeReady. But basically you now have clicked and copied a specific URL for that product that you can now email or paste and give to whoever it is that needs it, okay? And that's going to take them directly to that product. And then the last icon you'll see here is a lock icon, which is similar to our current site where you can lock the feature, lock the product, and that's going to make it so that it's not accessible to anyone else in your group, okay? So pretty straightforward. Then also you'll see here the download button, and you're gonna click on this download button and it's actually not gonna download for you, or a little bit of a trick. But when you click on that, it's gonna give you a pop-up box and it's gonna ask you which file you want to download. Now, it might seem kind of silly for a scenario like this because there's only one script, but you're gonna see as I preview some other products that have multiple scripts or multiple spots or edits, and even different versions, you're gonna see how this comes into play. Okay, so but essentially you're gonna click download and then you're gonna choose, this is the one I want. You'll click it and you'll now have the product that you need. So in this case, it's a script. You're gonna have the Word doc downloaded to your desktop, okay? So that is, again, the sort of the grid profile view of each product. I'm gonna come back over to this little plus symbol, and you're gonna notice once I click on that it makes the product expandable. And so now it's opened up a few more features, right? So this is what it looks like. This is to keep it nice and clean as you're scrolling through products. But if you need a few more details or if you need a few more features, you're gonna click on this plus symbol. And there you're gonna find our handy little description about the product. It's going to say if for some reason you've not for some reason, but if you've locked it because it's in use, it's going to say you currently are using this product. Or if it's someone else in your group, it's going to say this product is currently being used by Joe Smith, and it's going to give their email address. Okay, so that's the same feature we have on our current site, but again, it all lives now within this archive page. Okay, and then the other thing you're going to see is now the customize button, which obviously didn't appear until we expanded the product, but now you can click on the customize button, and similar to our current site, you're going to be able to fill out those details, customize the product if you're having us customize it for you. Okay, so it's kind of handy. You have everything you need all within the archive page. You don't have to bounce back and forth from pages. It's, all right there. Now that being said, every product does have a dedicated page. And the way you would get to that is by simply clicking on the title. And that's going to take you to where this dedicated product lives. And again, the reason why you might want this is if you're using that share feature, right? I showed you that little share feature where it copies the link. It has to have a dedicated place to live. So that's where this comes in handy. But in terms of everything you see here, it's all accessible out in the main archive, okay? So again, this is just if you were copying the product, or again, maybe you actually like the dedicated product page view, and that's fine. It now lives here, and all the same features are there. The nice thing about this too is that once you've clicked on a product, it's going to give you a related products or a more like this archive view. So it now sees that you're looking for an auto dealer script, and so right here below you have a bunch more auto dealer scripts that you can again preview, you can download, right? So efficiency, streamlined. We're trying to make this, we're trying to save you precious minutes, okay? And again, I think we've achieved that. So that is a basic overview of how you now navigate this category. And again, in conjunction with this side filter, if I want to quickly get over to the spots and not scripts, I would just click on spots. And now again, I can see, if I want to get out of auto dealer, and let's go to building supply, I now have all my spots to do with building supply. Okay, and the only thing you'll notice different about this is that instead of the little square previews, you now see a circle. Well, and that's simply because we're moving from a script preview to now we're in spots. So it's a play button. This is an audible thing. So the only difference is you're going to press play and you're going to hear the audio.
Good morning, sir. How may I be of service?
I'd like to buy a toaster.
A toaster? This is a building materials store.
Okay, so you just press play like a play button, and then you press play again to pause it. Okay, and you can go to to spot 2.
Good morning, sir. How may I be of service?
Yep, looking to buy some stocks.
Okay, so you know how to use an audio player, but basically that's the only difference between the scripts view and the spots or the spec spots view is that the circles represent audio players and the rectangles that we saw represent the scripts. Okay, so I don't need to go into any detail in terms of how this all works. It's all the same. What I will do is quickly move our way over to the music side. Okay, and again, it looks the same, but it's got different purposes. This is now the library that has anything to do with music beds or jingles or audio logos. And same, well, the filter system on the side here is a little bit different. But again, we're looking at mood. It's not really business specific as it is moods and what are we trying to kind of evoke with these music pieces. Okay, so if you're looking for just audio logos, you would click on that and you can start previewing those. It gives you the title, it gives you the category you're looking in. Again, each product has its own dedicated photo. And so what I'm going to do is jump right over to the previews and start playing it. Okay, I'll go down to the next one here. And you'll see some different abbreviations. AL, simply audio logo. And we don't make you guess on that. We actually, in the description here, we tell you AL stands for audio logo. SH stands for short. Again, there's not going to be a test. You don't have to memorize that. You'll just get used to the terminology and the abbreviations as you go. But the best thing to do is just to listen to the second version. Okay, so that's your short version. One thing, if you haven't noticed yet, which I know most of you are going to love, is that when I press play on these, you're not hearing any CreativeReady.com, CreativeReady.com. So all of the watermarks have now been removed from all of our features, or sorry, from all of our products. So you no longer have to have that annoying CreativeReady.com happening while you're trying to listen to the ad or listen to the piece of music. So I know that was a big request, and we listened and we delivered on that. So let me just, I'm going to move to music beds, and just all I want to show you kind of before wrapping up this just little demo is how the download button works when we're dealing with multiple files. So I'm going to go to our music beds here. And you know, our music beds always come in forms of, or in time formats of 15, 30, 45s, and 60s. So once I've found, let's just give a little preview again. Okay, so that's what I want. Let's say I'm going to go download that. As I mentioned, you click on the download button, and now again you're going to see more options, right? Because you know, you've got 4 edits to choose from, and if you can remember with our current website, you can sometimes you just want that MP3 preview format or file just to show a client, or just to have on your phone or something, and you don't want to be downloading the big high quality resolution files because those take up more space, and really those are only ever needed for production. So when you click on that download now button, you have the option to just say, oh, I just want track 3 and I just want the MP3. So instead of before, where we would make you download the entire file and there would be the entire folder, and everything you would want, or everything that you could want, would be in that, and then you would pull out what you need. Now, before you even get to that download, you can tell us, what do you want? And if you only want the 30-second version of the MP3, you would click on that. If you were production and you actually want the high-res, high-quality production files, you'd come over to that category and you'd click on that. Okay, so that's where this download button feature comes in really handy, is that you get to pick and choose what you download before you download it to your computer or your phone or your tablet, and that's going to save a lot of space and a lot of time. Okay, so again, efficiency, streamline is what we're going for with this. That is really honestly all I'm going to share with you today, because as we release this to you guys, we're going to be doing lots of tutorials, lots of webinars, and going through all of the features. Plus there's many more features that I don't want to overwhelm you with today, but I did want to give you a basic overview of what we're working on, what it looks like. I think for the most part, I just wanted to prove that yes, there is a new website, there's a new platform that we're building. It's not just this a figment of our imagination. It is real, and it's very close to being released to you guys. So I really hope that this excites you. I hope this is something that you're kind of chomping at the bit to get using, and like I said, in very due time, that's going to be an option to use. So please watch this. If you're a manager, show it to your team. Hopefully this is something that can be used at maybe a sales meeting. And like I said, don't all feel overwhelmed. I know there's lots of us out there that really don't like change. And I've had people email me and say, Jamie, the current site's great. Why are we changing it? And again, I'm only an ambassador of change when the change makes sense and it's going to benefit those that use it. And I promise you, this is going to just streamline your workflow, and it's just going to be, it's really going to bring in an efficiency in terms of user experience. So we're excited about it. I trust that you guys will be excited about it as well. In the coming weeks, we are going to again release more of the sneak peek, and then eventually there will be what we'll call a soft launch, which will allow you to get in and start using the platform. Okay, guys, so thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Have a great remaining week. Okay, so there you go. That's a sneak peek. There's so much more that we could kind of dive into today, but I don't want to overwhelm you. And again, we will be releasing more and more as the weeks come. The goal is to have you actually in here using the product within the month of October. So stay tuned for that. I don't need to say more than that. And